Hi there, and welcome to another Mickey's Roundtable Adventure, where we explore everything Disney, one themed adventure at a time. For this episode, a mystery box unboxing 2. This is the sequel to a previous unboxing that I did. This package is quite a bit smaller, but I'm going to open it here for you in just a moment. But I think I need... Hang on, I'm going to grab a scissors. All right, here we go. So I'm going to open this up in just a second. So the title is a Mystery Box Unboxing 2. It's not really a box, but if you watched the previous Mystery Box Unboxing, it was a great big box. Watch that video before you watch this one, because I'm going to spoil it in just a moment. For that video, I opened up my lamp that I've got right over here. When Walt built Disneyland and after it opened, he had a small apartment that he would stay in above the fire station overlooking Main Street, USA at Town Square. Cast members would know that he was at the park when they would see the lights on up in that apartment. After Walt Disney passed away, they placed in the front window of that apartment a small table similar to this one and a lamp also similar to this one. You can go to Disneyland and you can see that lamp on in that window to this day. Last year, May 2024, I was out at Disneyland. I took the Walt's Main Street Story Tour and then was able to go up into that apartment, get my photo taken in the apartment, and see the lamp in person. Taking that trip, going on that tour, inspired me to buy this lamp, very similar to what Walt had. I already had the table, and I thought, hey, I know what would work perfect for my set here. I've talked about this before, the idea for all of the set decorations in here. If a Disney character came and visited me, and when they left, they forgot something, what would they leave? What would they forget? Cinderella's glass slipper, for example, Snow White's magic mirror, etc., etc., Christopher Robin stuffed toys, you name it. So what if, in addition to characters, I also had something from Walt Disney? So that's where the idea for this came from. I was going to maybe put some photos on there. Have not done anything with it since I put that together. But a couple weeks ago, I was on the eBay and I wanted to get a Smoke Tree Ranch tie pin. If you're familiar with Walt Disney, you are familiar with the Smoke Tree Ranch. That was a vacation property that he had in Palm Springs, California. The Smoke Tree tie pins, they're kind of expensive if you find them on eBay. But so instead I found a lapel pin, a little bit smaller than the tie pin. But so I bought that, and I ended up, you bid for something and then somebody else outbids you and then you bid some more. And I spent more money than I probably should have. And when I got the package, this would have made a great unpackaging, box unopening video, because to my surprise, not only was there the small pin in there, but there was the large pin as well. So the shop owner, when he sent this, he appreciated how much money I spent, and he sent a little note as well. This is the tie pin, very similar to what Walt would have worn, what he did wear on a regular basis. If you look at the partner statue in the Disney parks, the Disney Castle parks, Disneyland, Magic Kingdom, etc., you can see that emblem on his tie in those statues. So I thought, all right, this is kind of cool. I want to go to Dapper Day in a few weeks. It's a spring Dapper Day at Magic Kingdom. Still need to get the day off from work, but I was thinking maybe wear that. But I thought when I'm not wearing it, I could put it there on the table. So yeah, let me do that. But that's kind of bare just having the one item on there. What else do I have that I could put on that table that Walt could have owned, maybe owned, that he might have had on a similar table? I don't think he ever owned a Mickey Mouse watch. I don't believe so. But I've got a Mickey Mouse watch. It looks vintage. It's not really, unless you count when the Disney Store first opened. I bought that through the Disney Store catalog back in the late 80s, I believe. So it's kind of vintage, but not really. And so I thought, let me put my Mickey Mouse watch on there to go with the tie pin. What else do I got here? All my items on the table here are going to go on that table, not the book. That was I put that there for my last video, the Disney Family Museum, because it is a very good biography of Walt Disney. Anyway, that's not going on the table, but I did have a replica ticket. So up on the wall here, where you can't see, I had some other items displayed, and I bought this also from the eBay a couple of years ago. This is a replica of the very first ticket purchased for Disneyland. It's ticket booth number 2, and the serial number is 000001. Cost $1. Roy Disney bought the first ticket to Disneyland, gave it to Walt. The original, the real ticket, is at the Disney Archives out in Burbank, California. I believe that's where it's at. So I thought, okay, I'll take that and I'll include that. And when I bought that, included with that was a newspaper, a replica of the very first Disneyland newspaper. When the park opened, you could buy this. Let's see, I think there was 10 cents per copy. So you could buy a Disneyland newspaper, 50,000 attend Gala Park opening, Disneyland a 20-year dream, etc., etc. And that's a replica. Also, when I was out in Disneyland last year, went into the Opera House, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. The attraction was closed, but you could see the displays outside the entrance, and they had a copy of that newspaper hanging on the wall. And I thought, for my table here, I'm going to fold it up like that so it doesn't take up quite as much room, and we're going to put that there. And then was going to put a photo of Walt at the dedication of Disneyland. Decided against that. I went with this one instead. I got a nice small frame so it fits on the table there. That's a picture of Walt driving the fire truck at Disneyland, and there at Sleeping Beauty Castle with Mickey in the background. That's the last photograph that he ever took or was taken of him at Disneyland. And so kind of a nice little story. I've got the first day ticket and the dedication, the newspaper from the dedication of Disneyland, and then that's the end of his experience and his life at Disneyland. So I thought, okay, I'll put that there too. I like the color spot. That's a nice photo. Anyway, I've got my own little museum display going here, but one more thing that I wanted, and I've been eyeing this for a while, but this kind of gave me a place to display it and show it, and it kind of matches and fits with the other stuff here. I was hoping maybe this has a perforation or something. It doesn't, and you want to be careful. I want to be careful cutting into it, but I'm going to cut into it. Hang on. We're just going to cut the very, very end very carefully. I'm pretty sure it's in the middle here. I've never seen one of these in person before. Okay, there's another cardboard sleeve. Hang on. Wait, will that come out? Is it stuck in there? That's stuck in there pretty good. Okay, let me... There we go. So it is smaller. I didn't want anything super big on the table, and this is going to be the perfect fit, I believe. So they sandwiched it in cardboard. The mystery continues, but it does tie into the other items that are on the table. Something that would have been in Walt's possession that he could have had on a table like that, and there's some tape on the edges. So we're going to undo these. I see these on eBay every once in a while. Well, when I look, they're available. And you'll see what I'm referring to in just a second. This one was pretty reasonably priced. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's in another envelope. Is it? It is. Wow, that's good packaging. Another envelope here. The mystery deepens. Actually, we're getting closer to... Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's cool. So... back when Disneyland first opened, I've got my replica first ticket. And then they also had separate tickets for the individual rides. You'd pay for admission into the park, and then you'd pay for the individual rides. It wasn't long after they opened, they introduced a ticket book. And you would have separate tickets. So this is a ticket book. This is from later on. This, I believe, is from the 1970s. So it's after Walt would have passed away. But something similar to what he would have had or been familiar with. And so there were different levels of rides. You would have, so here's a coupon for an A ticket. And you would have the horse-drawn streetcars, Main Street Cinema, Main Street Vehicles. So you could pull out your A ticket and you could do one of those attractions. And then there were B tickets, C tickets. Later on, originally I think it was just A, B, and C. Then they added D, and eventually they added E tickets. And an E ticket attraction, that was like the big thing. That was one of the best rides. And you still hear the term e-ticket today. That's where that comes from. And so yeah, this was a pretty reasonably priced ticket book for having at least one of each ticket. So there's 2D tickets. I got one C ticket in here, one B. And nope, I don't think there's any missing in there. I'm not sure how many tickets were in each one. And maybe they sold different books. So for the C tickets, there's 2 missing. Anyway, so that is really cool, but it's got one of each. And yeah, so I wanted to take that and then put it right there on my table with my other items that Walt Disney could have owned, would have been familiar with, and kind of my little own museum display here. Anyway, that's really cool. I'm glad I bought that. Very good. So anyway, that will do it for this Mickey's Round Table Adventure. Oh, make sure there's nothing else in here before I rip it up. No, there's not. So that will do it for this Mickey's Round Table Adventure. I hope you enjoyed it. Very cool piece of Disney history, Disneyland history. And until next time, we'll see you real soon. Oh, subscribe to the channel and like the video if you liked it. That's good too.